Well, folks, what a journey. What an absolute clinical championship fight we've had. It's the Formula 1 Liquid Moly Nordschleife Grand Prix of 2021 here at the Nurburgring. It's round 10. 10 rounds in this season. This is the final hurdle, and we have got such a thrilling four-way fight. First of all, let's take a look at the circuit. 20.832 kilometers. That's 12.94 miles here at the Nordschleife. FIA grade of 3 here at this track. 73 corners with 6.38835. That is the time set by Lars Kern. Previously, that is the lap record in the Porsche. And there you can see across the skies, we're going to be lit up with such a big championship fight. 4 drivers in with a chance of winning the Fantasy World Championship. Charles Leclerc currently on top on 106 points, with Verstappen in behind in second on 102. 99 for Lewis Hamilton in third, with Carlos Sainz, Charles Leclerc's teammate, on 89 points. Ferrari on for their most successful season in a long, long time. The first time we have had a four-way fight since 2010. Incredible. Here is the starting grid, folks. Lewis Hamilton on pole with a 4.44916. That is his pole time, with Max Verstappen alongside in P2. Valtteri Bottas in third, with Charles Leclerc in P4. Carlos Sainz in fifth for Ferrari, with Sebastian Vettel in 6th place. Then in P7 we have Sergio Perez lining up alongside the Honey Badger, Daniel Ricciardo. P9 goes to Nico Hülkenberg, stepping in for Lance Stroll here today, with Kimi Räikkönen in 10th place. Fernando Alonso in 11th, with Lando Norris alongside in 12th. 13th place goes to Pierre Gasly, already a race winner this season, with Esteban Ocon alongside him in 14th. Nicholas Latifi lines up in 15th alongside Mick Schumacher in his home country. He's in 16th. George Russell donning the Mercedes next season. He's in 17th, with Yuki Tsunoda there in 18th. Antonio Giovinazzi on the back row of the grid alongside Nikita Mazepin in 20th place. Here we go, 4 lights and the 5th light. And it's pedal to the metal. Go, 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 go. Lewis Hamilton gets off the line very quickly. Valtteri Bottas immediately pounces on Max Verstappen in behind as well. You can see that Bottas now having to set in behind the Dutchman. There's Perez as well, who lines up alongside Sebastian Vettel as they go side by side. Oh, so close together. And there you can see the 2 Ferraris as well of Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc. Sainz trying to clip with the heels of his teammate. Inside line for Perez as he tries to attack Sebastian Vettel. In behind as well, we've got a McLaren. Oh, Perez! Perez into the wall. Oh, he's just collided slightly there with Kimi Räikkönen touching the nose cone. And there is a look at race control. Hülkenberg and Perez coming together. And now Carlos Sainz closing up on teammate Charles Leclerc, getting very tight, certainly between these two. The wave of corners here at the Nordschleife as they make their way down through towards the next left. Carlos Sainz finds a way through on the inside, on the outside now, as he makes his way around the next right-hander. Oh, beautiful indeed by Carlos Sainz, now up into 4th place. There is Sergio Perez now being hunted by Pierre Gasly, already a race winner this season. Oh, dearie me. Perez now into the gravel trap, and that's a yellow flag in Sector 1, and certainly no safety car as it stands, folks, because of course the Nordschleife being such a long circuit, the race director can use their discretion. But take a look at this. If it stays like this, Hamilton will be champion, Verstappen in second. And Carlos Sainz, after making such a giant rise at the race start, after passing Charles Leclerc, he is now going side by side with Valtteri Bottas. And once again, Mercedes and Ferrari coming together. Sainz with the better line here as they come through the next sequence of left-handers, and certainly it is going to be Sainz, I'm sure, as they come through to the next right. Nose in front, the Ferrari now up into 3rd place, and now he's going to look to try and close on Max Verstappen for that crucial P2. Now Pierre Gasly trying to go on the inside here of Lando Norris as they make their way through the next left. This twisting circuit here in the Nordschleife. Can the Frenchman get on top? Oh, he's onto the grass! Onto the grass!
Yeah, what the hell is that? What the hell?
Now Sebastian Vettel ahead of teammate Nico Hülkenberg, but he's now going to size up on former teammate Charles Leclerc as they go side by side now in through the twisting sections. They got the chicane where of course Carlos Sainz overtook Valtteri Bottas, and this time Sebastian Vettel gets it done as they wind on through green 5 up into P5. Now Pierre Gasly and George Russell, and the news we are getting is that Lando Norris has sustained a 5-second penalty for the collision with Pierre Gasly, but now we're seeing Gasly now in jeopardy. Oh, dearie me! Huge crash. between him and George Russell. And not only that, there's an Alpine in the mix as well. Esteban Ocon there. There is the AlphaTauri off the track. Big dismay for Pierre Gasly. It has been a race to forget, certainly here today for Gasly. Here is the onboard footage. He clipped the curb, lost the car, and sent him career into the barrier. You can see the suspension at full lock. It is damaged, without a doubt.
Don't know what to say. Just giving everything I can. So sorry, guys. So sorry.
Dismayed George Russell, and that's, well, the story says it all, really. Nothing that Russell could have done with that. And now the safety car out here on track. So a great opportunity for those to box at this moment in time. So we'll wait and see who does utilise that. And in comes Lewis Hamilton straight away, making his way down the pit lane. And now we also see, as well as I understand it, Max Verstappen in the pits as well. Now this is very interesting. Under safety car conditions, these drivers have an advantage in the pit stop phase. And we have a red flag. Antonio Giovinazzi has spun the car. Big crash. He overshot the corner. That's what we're hearing. Here's the instant replay. Oh, dearie me, yes. He missed the braking zone altogether and has now spun the car.
Tony, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
And there we have it. Straight into the steel barriers. And for me, that is him out of the race. Antonio Giovinazzi with a huge crash. And the safety car having a lot of fun out there. Incredible. Amazing scenes here at the Nordschleife. Of course, these cars more fair. Oh, he's crashed it. He has crashed it. Unbelievable scenes, folks at home. And there's a safety car for the safety car. Incredible. And now we're ready for the restart of this race. All 5 lights are lit. And it's pedal to the metal for the second time in this Grand Prix. Carlos Sainz now on front row, leading the way. Holds on to the lead as well. Sebastian Vettel also looking to get the jump on Valtteri Bottas as they come through the first sector. It's still Carlos Sainz. Bottas up into P2. In behind as well, Nico Hülkenberg in the fight as well. Darkness across the track here at the Nordschleife. We could yet see some rain in this race as they make their way through. Sainz now, if it stays the way it is, currently in P4, he will win the championship. Now Max Verstappen currently sitting in 8th place as Lando Norris alongside him as they make their way through the next left. Oh, getting so tight between the two. Lando Norris with a 5-second time penalty. If you all remember, as they now make their way through, you can see there now Verstappen, relentless, trying to chase here on Lando Norris, making their way down this very fast segment of this circuit. And as you can see, Lando Norris just trying to defend relentlessly, forcing Verstappen wide at every location on this track. But now an opportunity for the Dutchman as he now makes his way around the outside. In behind as well, Charles Leclerc trying to get into the scrap. As you can see though, Verstappen with the overspeed makes his way through alongside now Lando Norris. Can he hold on to it as they make their way through the next right-hander on this fast straight? As they do so, Verstappen moves up into P7. Incredible moment. Oh, dearie me, huge crash. Mick Schumacher and Daniel Ricciardo. Huge crash, incredible scenes. And here's the onboard with Mick Schumacher coming through the... Oh dear, just caught the rear on Daniel Ricciardo's stricken McLaren. And Ricciardo did clip the curb and that might have forced him out wide, just losing traction on the track. And the two Astons, Sebastian Vettel and Nico Hülkenberg battling for a podium. Oh dearie me, a big drop there from Nico Hülkenberg, returning to Formula 1 and gets ahead of his teammate Sebastian Vettel, moves up into 3rd place. And now Kimi Räikkönen, 1 podium to his name this season. Kimi Räikkönen, 3rd place at Malaysia. Of course, Sebastian Vettel won that race this season as well, but he's being hunted down by Lewis Hamilton, and certainly Räikkönen, a hard taskmaster. They don't call him the Iceman for no reason. Round in the next right now, goes close here with Hamilton, who forced him out wide. Oh no! Wing damage there to Kimi Räikkönen. Yellow flags lit up in sector 3, and here is the onboard replay. He just left it way too late on the brakes, and slightly forced out wide just overshot the corner. And that is a huge incident. And now we can see Lewis Hamilton pushing again, this time on Sebastian Vettel. These two had fought so many times in the Formula 1 World Championship. Hamilton now looking to try and go side by side with the Mercedes-powered Aston Martin. Can they get together? The switch back from Hamilton as they come through now, and what a slick move.
Get in there, Lewis, come on.
Valtteri Bottas now on Carlos Sainz right now. Oh, dearie me. Big news. Stop the car, Valtteri. Stop the car. He has an MGUK failure. So he's got to pull off. He's finished. He's retired. Valtteri Bottas out of the Nordschleife Grand Prix. And that is going to be the end of his race. Now Charles Leclerc on the rear of Lando Norris as they make their way down the straight again. And McLaren trying to hug the centre of the track, trying to block off any approach from Charles Leclerc, immediately switches back, almost a carbon copy of what Lewis Hamilton did earlier on, but Charles Leclerc moves up into P6, and now he does sit in first place in the driver's standings. He goes ahead of his teammate Carlos Sainz on 115 points. Now, we also have Nicholas Latifi, Fernando Alonso, who won last time out to Bathurst, but Latifi showing him how it's done, the great Canadian, inside the Williams, now up into P8. Exceptional. Now Sebastian Vettel, they're expecting rain towards the end of this race around sector 3. So that's going to be a wet part of the circuit, folks. So some tyres will work on the track, some won't, as Verstappen now goes ahead of Sebastian Vettel for 4th place. And that puts him in front in the driver's standings ahead of Lewis Hamilton, who is currently sitting in 2nd. And now into the pits comes Charles Leclerc, medium tyres fitted to the Ferrari. And Lewis Hamilton with 1 lap to go in this race for him as he makes his way through the final chicane now, makes his way across the start-finish line. Fastest lap for Hamilton. That puts him in the lead of the championship. Well, the rain is lashing down here at the Nordschleife, but nothing's going to dampen the spirits of Carlos Sainz. A race win on the table here for the Scuderia as he now makes his way through the next left-hander. The Spaniard can sing today, that's for sure, but the fastest sector 1 goes to his teammate Charles Leclerc now. So Leclerc, with that point, could he potentially win the World Drivers' Championship? That is the big question. Points mean prizes here today, folks, as Carlos Sainz crosses the line and wins here at the Nordschleife, and crucially enough, claims the fastest lap point as well. Nico Hülkenberg, in his return to Formula 1, claims his first career podium after 180 Formula 1 starts. There's Lewis Hamilton, fastest sector here for Verstappen in sector 2. He's set to 2:20 as now we watch Hamilton make his way through the final sectors here at the Nordschleife. What a gripping, intense finale in this race. We still don't know who has won the championship, folks. Here is Max Verstappen, currently sitting in 4th place, rounding the next right-hander. Fastest sector now, this time for Charles Leclerc in sector 2. Such an important moment in this race as Verstappen comes across the line. There is Charles Leclerc now, here on 1 lap on medium tyres. He's going to come out through the next series of bends here. A huge sector 3 is vital for Charles Leclerc as they come through the next right now, into the next left, over towards the next right. He takes it so slowly, a mistake by Leclerc, a vital mistake.
You did a good job. No, I did a job. I did a job. I did a job. I did a job. That's it.
What did you?
What a finish.
What are you? A smooth what?
A smooth fucking operator. Fucking hell. What a year, guys. What a year.
Well, he has done it. Carlos Sainz is your Formula 1 Fantasy World Champion. He claims 26 points, not only for just the race win, of course, but for the fastest lap, the solitary point that would go towards his championship win. Nico Hülkenberg, on his return to Formula 1, 180 starts in Formula 1, claimed his first podium with Lewis Hamilton in 3rd place. Max Verstappen sits in 4th with Sebastian Vettel coming home in 5th. Charles Leclerc, it just wasn't enough in the final sector. He finishes in 6th. Lando Norris in 7th with Nicholas Latifi in one of his best performances in Formula 1 in 8th, with Fernando Alonso in 9th. Yuki Tsunoda claiming that 10th spot. The only other finisher was Nikita Mazepin, who finished in 11th place. And we did lose Valtteri Bottas, Kimi Raikkonen, Daniel Ricciardo, Mick Schumacher, Antonio Giovinazzi, Esteban Ocon, George Russell, Pierre Gasly, and of course Sergio Perez very early on in the race as well. But what a clinical performance, an amazing race to say the least. A mass amount of DNFs, action across the circuit. I tell you what, folks, you were in for a treat, and that confirms it. A solitary point pushes Carlos Sainz as the winner of the Formula One World Championship, certainly this Fantasy World Championship. Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc all finishing on 114 points. Verstappen, though, by mere race wins and performances on track by countback, he claims second place. Lewis Hamilton in third with Charles Leclerc in fourth. Valtteri Bottas in 5th with Sebastian Vettel in 6th. Lando Norris in 7th with Sergio Perez in 8th. Fernando Alonso in 9th with Pierre Gasly 10th in the Drivers' Championship. But what a phenomenal result for Carlos Sainz. 4th place going into this race in the standings. He is now your World Drivers' Champion, and what a token for Ferrari. I would like to personally thank all of you for watching. It's been such a great season and a pleasure for me, George Morgan, to commentate this action for you and for the Mitsos YouTube channel. Please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and stay up to date with all the action here at the Mitsos YouTube channel. A big shout out as well to Lom for all his graphic work as well. You can check him out on YouTube as well. But from me personally, thank you all for your dedication and watching this season. I'm sure I'll be back again very, very soon for yet another rendition of the Fantasy World Championship. Take care, everybody. Goodbye.